Hello everyone. Welcome to the start of O Week 2021. It's so lovely to see you all on campus, especially after the past year. My name is Sana and I am an alumnus of this university. I'd like to start by acknowledging the Kaurna people, the original custodians of the Adelaide Plains and the land on which the University of Adelaide campuses at North Terrace, Waite and Roseworthy are built. Without much delay, I'd like to invite our new Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Peter Hoy, to conduct the official welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Sana, and I too would like to acknowledge the traditional owners. So I'm Peter Hoy, and you might wonder what is a VC and a president. In any other organisation, it would be what you call the CEO. But here today, I'm here to talk to you as a member of our community. I want to welcome all of you today, including those who were unfortunate enough not to be here because of the COVID restrictions. I also want to say to you that whether you're here or not, you have chosen a great place to study. And we are really, really appreciative that you have chosen to study with us. I think you made a great choice. This is Australia's third oldest university, and it's a university with lots of accomplishments, including 5 Nobel Prize winners, presidents of countries, a former PM. But you know what our real achievement is? It is the more than 140,000 people who graduated from this university and who, through their endeavours and the skills they have acquired at University of Adelaide, have gone on to make society a much, much better place to be. And it's 45 years since I was sitting where you're sitting now, and I've been trying to make a small contribution to society, but I'm really uplifted by knowing that as I get to sit in my rocking chair, there's such a great new generation of people furthering our democracies and our standards of living and our prosperity. Now, it is exciting to be at university the first day you're here. I remember it well, but it can also be a bit daunting. So what I want to say to you is that if you do feel that it's daunting to go perhaps from a high school environment, which is a highly supervised environment, to an environment where much more is up to your own initiative, this is not unusual. But the key thing that you need to do here is to realize that you are here learning how to learn. Because the luxury I had to get an education and then think, okay, I got an education. Let's just say I was an engineer, for example. Then I could probably rest assured that I would be an engineer for the rest of my life. The world is both more exciting and more complex these days. And when you graduate from here one day, and we will celebrate that as well, we will tell you, you will never truly graduate anymore. In order to be successful, you'll need to dip into learning all the time, to reinvent yourself, to have the greatest personal success which will mean you will also be able to look after the people you care about, including your families. And one of the most exhilarating things that you can do is to make a change for good in our communities. But you will have to reinvent yourself all the time. But it's not a great burden because learning and being with other interesting, fully informed people, in my view, is one of the most addictive things you can do. And I therefore want to say to you that when you go to university, my personal experience is that you learn as much from learning together with your friends as you do from the formal teaching programs. So turn up often. It is really important for your health and well-being that you don't only study on your own. You will form networks and you'll form friendships that will stand you in good stead forever. The other thing that I hope you will find time to do is to look after your health. It's not only about trying to eat well, trying to get some sleep, but it's also about whatever you want to do, try to look after your fitness. You will become more efficient learners if you manage to not only study, but also do that with a healthy mind and body. And you don't have to be a competitive elite athlete to look after your health. You just have to think about incorporating good habits into your daily life. If you see a lift, think, should I take the lift or the stairs? It's not the hard-earned hours in the gym that will make you a healthy person. It's how you conduct yourself throughout the day, every day. So I'm already out of time. I just want to say to you, set your aspirations high, learn to study individually, but also with your friends. And if you find that things get too much, you need to know that there are lots of things you can do at the university to get assistance. And you will undoubtedly hear more about that a bit later. But you should also know, for those who perhaps have come to the town and don't know so many people down here, that we have hundreds of clubs and societies which you can join. And it's not only to sort of just kill your time, there are lots of opportunities in clubs and societies to attain positions of leadership. And you get graduate qualities that will stand you in good stead looking forward. So finally, thank you to all of you who are here and all of those who unfortunately couldn't come here right now because of COVID and other matters. We hope you will be able to join us soon. But have a great day, look after yourself. And without further ado, I would now like to hand over to Jenny Shaw, who is our Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. Welcome to the University of Adelaide and welcome as our newest members of the global University of Adelaide community. As the Vice-Chancellor said, my name is Jenny Shaw. In my role as Interim Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President Academic, I look after the University's learning and teaching programs, our libraries, and our academic, pastoral and social activities for all our students. All of our Adelaide campuses are situated on the lands of the Indigenous Kaurna people, and I also pay my respects to Kaurna elders past, present and emerging, and I'd also like to welcome all First Nations people joining us today. It's my pleasure to join the Vice-Chancellor in welcoming you to beautiful Bonython Hall. So many of you will walk across this stage when you come back in a few years with your families and friends to graduate, and I can assure you that your time with us will fly. Today is the first day of a new world for most of you. So university is very different from school and different from the workplace. For a start, it's very big, with over 26,000 students and 3,000 staff. And we have multi-campuses, so the campuses here, North Terrace, but also Roseworthy and Waite. But it's also intimate, and you'll find you'll have many small tutorial and perhaps clinical classes and lots of informal study spaces where you can gather with your friends. University will and should challenge your thinking, and I hope this will be a transformative journey for all of you. University life should and will expose you to opinions and thoughts that may contradict your own, but that experience should lead you to engage in respectful, informed debate. All of you will be enrolled in a particular degree or diploma program, such as a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science or a Bachelor of Laws or a Bachelor of Engineering, and there are many, many more, including our new allied health degrees. And in that degree or diploma, you'll enrol in and complete many courses. Some of these are core courses that everyone in your degree or diploma will take, and in many of our degrees you'll also take a wide range of elective courses, and these can be from across our university. So you can use those electives as a way to deepen your skills in a particular subject or to try something completely new, and I dare you to try something completely new. When you finish, your degree or diploma will open doors to you across the world. And that's because we offer you much more than a bit of paper, a degree. During your studies with us, you'll have opportunities to meet people, to see places, to discover knowledge, and to develop skills that you may never have imagined possible. You'll have the chance to undertake an internship or placement or other work-integrated learning experience. Now, at the moment, many of these are online, but surprisingly, many of these are still face-to-face, and we're very lucky that we can do that in South Australia. And these difficult times will not last forever. As you move through your studies and as the current travel restrictions ease in future years, we can assist you to undertake exchange studies at an overseas university or to enrol in one of our many study tours. But while we cannot travel at the moment, the great diversity of our international staff and students on our campuses here in Adelaide and in our online classes will enable you to understand and appreciate many of the world's cultures. You will be able to find courses and majors that help you discover and develop your passions as a teacher, researcher, health professional, scientist, musician, engineer, economist, mathematician. I could go on. These are just a few of many hundreds of career options for you. You'll find your studies with us interesting and challenging, where we want all of you to do your best and to leave us as a successful, internationally recognised scholar, academic, entrepreneur, teacher, dentist, but you'll be proud of that qualification. And exploring the social side of university life is really essential. It's an essential part of your university experience. As you'll hear shortly from Reece, we have many sports clubs, social clubs and faculty clubs, as well as volunteering opportunities and a huge array of activities and events that will enable you to experience life beyond your academic classes. So whether you're into judo or women's football or esports, there will be a club for you, I'm sure. And if not, you can start one. As all of this comes together, you'll make friends, and those friends will be with you for life. You'll hear this said, but it really is true for those of us looking back. Now, we realise 2020 was a really stressful year for all of you, in different ways. For those of you finishing Year 12, for those of you trying to work or trying to travel, we know it was really, really hard. So some of you had your travels cut short, and as our Vice-Chancellor mentioned, many of our students have not yet been able to join us due to travel restrictions. And for those students, we're continuing to work very hard to make sure that they have the best possible learning experiences online for now. Now, also as the Vice-Chancellor mentioned, it's perfectly natural to feel overwhelmed as you start your university studies. The main thing, and I'd beg you to do this, is please ask for help. We have lots of practical and academic assistance we can offer you as you settle into your studies here. For those of you physically on our campuses, but also studying remotely, we have a wide range of pastoral care and academic support services. These services are designed to help you stay mentally and physically well and to build your academic resilience and excellence. We genuinely want each of you to excel. So this help ranges from enrolment and academic advice, you might be seeking that this week, to assistance with online activities in the library, writing, maths and IT support, and ongoing advice from your course coordinators and the peer mentors. If you need help, no matter how big or small, please don't be afraid to ask any of us. Ask the Vice-Chancellor, ask me, ask any of us, and we'll do what we can. So enjoy this week, join a club, go to your faculty events, enjoy the free food and the activities we can offer you, enjoy the weather, we're lucky. And we're delighted to have you here, and we hope you feel proud and excited to be here. We're very proud and excited to have you here. So thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, Jenny, and I can definitely vouch for the fact that your time here will fly by. It's hard to believe that I was sitting where you are now about 6 to 7 years ago. So before I do pass on to our other speakers today, I'd like to take a moment to just touch on and cover a little bit more about the services that are available to you that Jenny just spoke about. So, like she said, there are new changes, and there are things that you will encounter that you may not have in your time prior to coming to the university. And that could be, academically you might need some help, or even just help with your general physical and mental health. And there are a range of support services, volunteering, and different opportunities available just for you. So, like Jenny mentioned, we have the Maths Learning Centre, the Writing Centre, counselling and disability support, and we even have assistance for any of you that may be elite athletes. But there is so much more. All you need to do is ask. Although this is not an option just yet, due to the current pandemic that we're living through, you can actually take a degree overseas. And I can also personally vouch for the fact that that is one of the most incredible experiences that you can take. Study overseas are available throughout this week and also just generally to answer any questions that you might have about this. Now to pass it on, our first speaker is Reese, who's a current undergraduate student at the university. He'll be speaking to you about all the various clubs, sports and other associations that you can join.
Good morning, everyone. As Sana said, my name is Reese, and I'm currently studying a Bachelor of Science and a Diploma of Languages in French, starting my 4th year of study in 2021. So today, I would like to talk to you and share some of my experiences about the social and sporting clubs available on campus. 2020 has certainly been a busy year for clubs. A lot of the socially distanced events and meetings over Zoom have been difficult at times, but they've been a very important outlet for a lot of students to help de-stress and forget about the craziness of online study. When I first started uni, the best thing I ever did was get involved in clubs. In my first year, I became a member of the French Club, the Sciences Association and the Touch Football Club because they had personal interest for me. Since then, I've had the opportunity to represent the university at the University Nationals competition. I've been able to MC the Science Ball as well as organise the annual French play. Not to mention the numerous social events that I've been involved in, as well as the fact that my sports club actually won Club of the Year last year at the AU Sport Awards. With over 150 student life clubs and over 40 sports clubs, the university caters for all types of students, and it's very easy to find like-minded individuals who share your passion and interest. Many of these clubs are very easy to join and they aren't mandatory, meaning that it's very flexible to work around your studies and you can pick and choose when you want to get involved. I cannot recommend clubs enough as a means to meet new people, gain new skills that you won't learn in the classroom. These friendships, memories and experiences that you'll gain will help you become a more rounded graduate of the university and able to jump into the modern 21st century workforce. If you're interested in any of these amazing opportunities that I've discussed, I'd recommend signing up for an Adelaide University Union membership and signing up for a free AU Sport membership later on this week. And you can also check out all of the clubs, stalls around campus and also the Come and Try events. It's one of the best things you can do to enhance your university career. So thank you all for listening and hope to see you around at O Week. Now we've got a couple of videos showcasing some of the clubs here on campus. Thank you.
Now, to bring this morning's session to a close and to provide some information about respect and safer campus communities, I would like to invite up Lavender.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lavender, and I'm a PhD student here at the university. I will be wrapping up today's session with a few quick words about respect and safer campus communities. Here at the University of Adelaide, we want everybody to have a rewarding, fun, and safe experience regardless of your age, gender, faith, nationality, sexuality, or anything else about you. In order to achieve this, we all have a role to play in making the environment safe for ourselves and everyone else, including staff and visitors. We understand that university is a new environment for most, if not all of you, and it coincides with a number of other things that might be going on in your life. For example, meeting lots of new people, having new experiences, reaching the legal drinking age. You might have moved away from home, and you certainly have more independence from your parents and teachers. There are a number of things that you can do to help you navigate this and to ensure that you have the right knowledge and resources to guide your decision making and to know where you can turn for support when things don't quite go according to plan. It's important to clue yourself up on things such as inclusive and respectful behavior, sexual respect and consent, and we will watch a video on this very shortly, bystander awareness and intervention, so what you can do to help someone in need, campus safety and security services, including escort phone numbers and emergency phone numbers that you can dial in case of any emergencies, how to make a complaint or report, whether internal or external, anonymous or formal, and where to seek support or counseling. It's also good to know that the university is here to support you regardless of whether something happened on campus, off campus, at a social event, or even on social media. I'd encourage you all to familiarize yourselves with the resources available on campus and online, even if you don't think that you need them. You never know when the information might come in handy, or you might need to support a friend in need. Let's watch that video on consent now.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they go, "Oh my God, I would love a cup of tea, thank you." Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you could make them a cup of tea, or not, but be aware they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important part, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you are entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say no thank you, then don't make them tea at all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, "Yes, please, that's kind of you." And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time that it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind. And you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea. And they can't answer the question, "Do you want tea?" because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea. And they said yes. But in the time it took you to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down. Make sure the unconscious person is safe. And this is the important part again. Don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they're safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it going, "But you wanted tea last week." Or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat going, "But you wanted tea last night." If you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you're able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand it when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
Okay, so that video was a pretty lighthearted introduction to consent. However, more information, including online training, you can visit the Safer Campus Community's website. So that's it from us here this morning. Hopefully you have some tips you can take away which will help make this journey a successful one for each of you. I hope you enjoy and make the most of your first day here at the University of Adelaide. Your orientation host will now take you on a campus tour. Please stay in your groups and follow your host on exit via the side doors. We will see you again at the traditional welcome on the Bar Smith lawns. Thank you, everybody.